Okay, so here is an example of the acoustic foam panels that I use in my home studio, my office studio, I'm sorry. So I bought the foam panels online here in Malaysia, and as with almost everything you think of, this was made in China. And this is really a lower quality foam panel. You can get really expensive foam panels that, I don't know, cost maybe almost $100 for a 3x2 or 3x1 feet foam panel. So really, I mean, if you're loaded, if you're a millionaire, then you can go ahead with the high density foam panels. But the one that I have here is cheap, and I just wanted to test it out to see if it works, and it does work. So the main area that I cover with my foam panels is the walls. It's hard for you to see here, but these are actually gypsum board walls, the type of material that is normally used to construct partitions in almost all offices. The problem with the gypsum board is that it's hollow and it really causes a lot of echo. So in the case that of my office here, I put in the gypsum board and I plastered the surface of the gypsum board to make it look like a wall, and then painted over it. So if you look at it, you may think it's a wall, but it's not an actual brick wall. So in hindsight, yes, this is a major problem, and in hindsight, if I was to do this all from scratch, I would probably make sure that the gypsum board walls are not so hollow. So anyway, you position the foam panels on the walls, the huge, larger surfaces of your walls, but really the most important part is to cover the dihedral corners of your studio, which is, to put in layman terms, the part where one wall meets another, the 90-degree angle. And these angles are the ones that reflect the most amount of audio and it's responsible for the serious echo problems in my studio, and I guess it should be the same for yours as well. So if you're in a home studio, as with most homes, there'll normally be something at the corner of your room or on this section of the walls. So that's probably the reason you don't have much echo, or you may not need to do anything with the corners. But if you're building a room from scratch, make sure you cover up the corners first. Okay, so here's another example of the dihedral corners. So if you were to buy, well, let me give you an example here. So if you were to get the bass traps, then that will fit in nicely here in a 90-degree angle, okay, because most bass traps are used for triangular in shape. But in my case, I only had foam panels. I've not invested in bass traps yet, and I think the audio is already pretty good for what I want, which is not recording music, it's just to create podcasts and videos. So I've actually positioned my foam panels in a curve over here, and I've put some double-sided tape here, okay, just make it stick perfectly. And I think this is a cost-efficient way for you to actually improve the acoustics in your studio, because you only need to buy foam panels. You don't need to worry about bass traps. But again, bass traps are not the same as foam panels. They are more dense in a way. They have more foam in them, in the triangle. So if you want to record real music, then you should really get bass traps. And the next area that you want to cover is harder surfaces. For example, the door in my studio. I also very cleverly put the foam panels around the door handle, so I had to cut it a bit. And this is important because hard surfaces also tend to reflect audio, make audio bounce, and that creates echo. Okay, so if you're looking to buy bass traps, so this is how a bass trap looks like. It's 12 inches by 12 inches by 12 inches. It's triangular, as you can see over here, and it's dense foam. Okay, the entire triangle is one piece of foam. It's not hollow inside, and this helps to absorb a lot of bass frequencies. So you can get this for $33 on Amazon. It's Auralex and you can get other options as well, but this is one of the most affordable ones that I've seen. So if you only have 4 bass traps, then put it at every single corner of your studio. And if you don't want to put it at the bottom because you need to put your equipment towards the corner, then put it at the top ceiling, the ceiling section of your video. But if you really want to go all the way out in bass traps, then you really have to get a lot more than 4, and you need to cover the entire 90-degree angle of your wall or the dihedral section of your studio. So if you want the link to this product, you can just download the slide and click on get it. I've linked up to the Amazon. And as for acoustic panels, well, a lot of people on Facebook, on the picture that I shared, the number one question is, dude, where did you get those acoustic foam panels? And actually, there's lots of it in Amazon. I mean, I didn't realize this. I had to go through a local website called lelong.com.my and go through all the expensive options, the ones that cost a few $100s, until I found one guy that was willing to sell me this slightly lower quality foam panel that you see in my pictures, and I got it for about $4, $3 per panel, which is 1 foot by 1 foot. But you can get it on Amazon. It's 12 by 12 by 12. So there's 12 pieces in the package, and each foam is 12 inches by 12 inches. All right, it's $59 on Amazon. So obviously this costs more, but it also should be of higher quality, and most importantly, it comes in 2 different colors, so you can really have fun and you can arrange the foam panels any way you want, so that it serves a function, but it also makes your studio look cool. So how much of foam panels do you actually need to invest in? So the recommended coverage area is 48 square feet for your studio. This is just a rule of thumb. It really depends how big your studio is, but it should be about 48 square feet. And that's why when you shop for foam panels, it comes in packages of 12 square feet. So in the example that you can see here, that is 12 square feet, which is 12 panels, and each of those panels is 12 inches or feet square. Now, that being said, you don't have to go and get 48 square feet all at once, right? Because as I mentioned before, having too much of these panels actually can affect your audio in ways that you don't really want it to, right? It can do more harm than good. So start with this 12 square feet, and you can scale up by adding another 24 square feet or another 12 square feet to different areas in your home studio or office studio until you get the right balance and you've removed all the acoustic problems like echo and buzz from your studio.